Have you just got a jumping spider? Want to know how to look after them? Watch this guide for some great tips. Hello everyone, welcome back to Spooderpods. I'm David and once again I am joined by two of my conures, Pickles and Scampi, who are going to help me with this video and generally get in the way. I thought I would do a new owner guide because loads of you guys who watch my channel are fairly new to jumping spiders and trying to find your feet with them. So I thought I'd compile some common tips and common questions into a guide for you new guys so you can get some advice to get you on the ground running and set you and your spider up for the most success possible. Now my first tip related to my intro is make sure you set up your enclosure first. Get that enclosure bought, get that enclosure set up, have that substrate down there or whatever you're doing, have the decorations in there, add your springtails and let that enclosure sit and cycle for a little while. That way you'll see if there's anything you want to change in it, you'll have it all set up ready for your spood the moment they arrive, and also if there's any problems with the enclosure you can fix them before that spood goes in, because once it does go in it's going to make it a little bit harder to fix any issues you have with it. My next tip would be make sure you get your heat source and your light source before you get your spider as well. Have that little LED lamp set up, have that snuggle safe like we use or whatever heating solution you have ready before, because you want the ideal environment for your jumping spider before they even get into that enclosure. Now my next piece of advice is something that me and Sophie, my partner, had to learn from as well. When you first get your jumping spider, take your time getting them into their enclosure. We rushed our very first one, and while it didn't end in disaster, it was stressful for us and Tank as well. So make sure you don't rush, don't panic, take your time getting them into the enclosure. Allow yourself plenty of time, because the less stressful it is for them, the less stressful it is for you, and everyone's going to be much happier that way. Once you've got them in their enclosure and they're settled in, everything's set up, let them settle in. I know it's really tempting to open that door constantly and take photos because you want to enjoy your new spood, but just let them settle in and enjoy that enclosure. Give them at least a day to settle in just so you can see what's going to happen before you try and interact with them. Again, that will help them sort of establish their new environment and feel they're not going to be constantly disturbed in it, because the more you disturb them initially, the more worried they are going to be about being disturbed over the long term. My next tip is try not to panic. Try not to panic if they don't web up initially. Try not to panic if they're inactive and they go into pre-molt. Try not to panic if they don't eat right away. These are all perfectly normal things for a new jumping spider in a new environment. A lot of the time I found that if a jumping spider is fairly new to, near their molting and they go into a new environment, that tends to trigger it. So if they arrive and they web up immediately and they don't come out a lot, especially if you're maintaining the right conditions, try to panic, just let them get on with it and offer them food once in a while and see if they take it. It is very stressful for new owners. This is probably the biggest hurdle to overcome, but don't worry about it. It will be okay. Just let them do their thing and keep offering and keep trying. And one really important thing I feel that all new owners need to know, because there's a lot of stuff on social media that's basically indicates the contrary. You don't need to handle your jumping spider. They don't need to be handled for social interaction or anything. It's completely fine to not handle them and just let them enjoy their enclosure, or to photograph them on branches, handle them that way. You can handle them, and I will do a video in the future about how to do so, but I don't handle my jumping spiders a lot because I feel it's better for them and they enjoy it. Not to say there's anything wrong with doing it once in a while, just if it's done responsibly. Don't feel you have to, it's not a requirement. They're perfectly happy not being handled. So while my conures are playing in my sock drawer right now, I thought I'd round this video up. If you have any other things you'd like to advise a new owner, or if you're a new owner and you found this video helpful, do let me know down in the comments. But in the meantime, take care and see you later.